This is Cotoneaster Lowfast, and it is a popular ground cover, as you can see here, especially in big areas. This is a big green belt for a commercial area along a street here. And what I like about this ground cover is its ease of care, and also here you see a planting over there that's a little more, a little narrower. And I like the density and the way it holds the soil. It's easy to grow, it's long-lived, got 20-25 year projects that it still looks good. So it's good for big areas. The only thing I'd say about that is you have to be willing to either have it look the way you see here with a lot of limbs kind of poking up, or in the other shots you're going to see where it's been more groomed and reined in. So if you want that kind of look, then the maintenance equation goes up quite a bit, because this would be a lot of ground cover right here for some company to come in and have to shear to level it out and lower it. So this planting here, as far as I know, is about a 8-year-old planting, plus or minus. These plants you're looking at are about 36 to 40 inches tall. Some of the ones that poke up, some are almost 4 feet tall. And if this isn't ever maintained, then that's kind of the size you could expect. So it becomes a pretty tall ground cover at that point. We live in a hot inland valley. This can take a lot of heat, and it handles that just fine. In the winter though, a lot of these leaves fall off, and this becomes kind of half deciduous, where it's kind of spiny looking. And I don't really have a big problem with it in a ground cover area like this, but that's just something to be aware of, is in colder winter areas where it gets down in the 20s, you can expect this to drop a lot of its leaves. One of the nice characteristics, I think, for the fall, this is early October, and you can see all of these berries starting to turn orange, and there's a lot of them. These start out as a small white flower, very profuse, and then they become this nice orange berry. So that gives it some winter and fall interest that a lot of other ground covers aren't going to give you, and I like that aspect too. This can be fairly low water once it's established, because it has this small leaf. It doesn't use a lot of water, and so I would call it low to very low water use once it's established. And I've also used this in deer areas because the leaves are so small. I think it's hard for them to really chew on, so you could try this in deer areas. I'm not going to give it 100%, but I think it's fairly reliable in a deer area. And if you're planting these spreadwise, again, I mentioned typically these are kept down to around 12 to 18 inches high, but you do need to prune those probably once every year to year and a half to do that. And then spacing, I would say you'd want to space these about 3 to 5 feet on center, depending on how fast you want your infill. I typically do these at 42 inches on center from 1 gallon containers. And that is Cotoneaster